Hey everybody, welcome to Noir Bar. We are finally open for business. My God. I'd like to get things started. Welcome everybody, and joining me at the bar is Far. How you doing, Far?
Are you ready to read about how to calculate pi by throwing frozen hot dogs?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You gotta let some people get some drinks first. You can't just
No, drinks later. This
you can't just throw exciting material like that on people. They won't know what the hell to do with themselves.
Exactly. That's the point.
No?
That's the point. They don't know what to do with themselves, so they're just fucking staring at you throwing hot dogs across the room. It's great.
It's great. And I'm going to remember to do this before we get further into the stream, like close to the end of the stream is when I usually remember. On your way in, if you'd be so kind as to hit that like button, and because it really does help in the algorithm, and I usually forget to mention that until we're 10 minutes from close doing last call. And like every other bar, this one is supported by its patrons. So by all means, if you'd like to tip the bartender, or tip the Aussie who's hanging out at the bar by visiting her merch shop. Wait a minute. Did I put the link to your merch shop in the description?
I can easily check. Yes, you did.
Nice. Who's ahead of the game? This guy. So yeah, there's links are in the description to Bar's merch store where wicked cool stuff's going on. And then there's also the link to my Streamlabs where all new pop-ups are enabled, and I actually remembered to go turn off the comic book curation pop-ups, and so now it's all the sexy Noir Bar pop-ups, and there's the link in chat. Finally. Woo!
Zombie Teddy, that's just fucking cheating. You can't have an air-powered hot dog launcher. That defeats the purpose.
Well, you know what? If you had sufficient air power built up in that thing, and it was a frozen hot dog, that would qualify as a legitimate weapon.
Yeah! That's why I'm saying that's fucking cheating. Gotta throw it.
See, Shadow Raven says, I hit the like button before I post in the chat. Now, that is a kindly patron. I appreciate that. Prospero came by. I'm not long for this world of the wake, of the awake. I think it's supposed to be woke, but I think Prospero was clever in not describing herself as in the world of the woke. But god damn it! I had a belly full of derp today? Like, you mean you ran into some derpy people, or is that like a name for... actually, Prospero, I thought about you today with, I was watching a review of the gun control initiatives that are on the table in Virginia. My God. It's...
Do they need to consider those air-powered hot dog launchers?
You know what? Okay, good joke. Nice callback. But they might be. Okay, when you see the extent to which they're going. Like, because, you know, Virginia, for those of you who don't know, they recently became solidly blue for the first time, where the entire legislature, etc., the governor, everybody is Democrat. The state tipped blue. So... holy fuck, are they looking to get some things done? And wow. I mean, useless shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Like, you know, we can, so we're gonna do it. Oh, very nice. Starting out with Unholy Reaper with a very generous donation. The usual barkeep. Wait a minute. God damn it, what was the usual? Hold on. I can't remember, and the screen doesn't scroll down far enough to tell me. It
just says usual barkeep.
What's that?
It just says usual barkeep on here.
Yeah, I know, but in previous ones, Reaper said what the usual is. It's a double of bourbon, but I'm trying to remember the kind of bourbon. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and
shit.
Well, I'm myself drinking Eagle Rare bourbon. And there's more than a double in that glass that I've got in front of me. It's a triple. So if you haven't had Eagle Rare, it's high quality. It's aged minimum 10 years. It's fantastic. And it's got this wonderful apricot-y thing working. So Reaper, I'll pour you a triple of Eagle Rare. How's that? This Prospero mentioned the Chick-fil-A thing that's going on right now. My God. You can say fart. You know, Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah.
You know, it hates all gay people as a
Yeah,
company.
I'm aware of the infamous
Mhm.
thing with it.
And gay people can't buy chicken sandwiches there. They're not allowed.
Oh, yes.
4 Roses. That's what Unholy Reaper usually drinks. Well, 4 Roses is up next. Try the Eagle Rare. You'll like it. It's good, seriously. But thank you for the donation, nonetheless, or the tip. It's very, very generous. In case you haven't noticed, our bar is in shambles. We haven't even got our Thanksgiving decorations up yet. There should be turkeys everywhere. You know, I actually...
No, it's fine. Just use the horrible things I made. They're great Thanksgiving decorations.
The horrible things...
Fun for the whole family.
Oh, yes. Here, I'll put
Fun
it...
for the whole family.
Believe it or not, there's no turkey emoji. So we're going to get as close as we can. There we go. Well, Ryan Walters, there's the thing. It's like the portal opens and the Founding Fathers step out and proclaim, what part of shall not infringe do you not understand? It's the right itself. I mean, then the argument that comes back is the right itself shall not be infringed, but that does not mean it's not open to reasonable regulation, which is true. And thus the debate begins over what defines common sense and reasonable. And yeah, I've got some disagreements with a lot of people over what they consider reasonable. Oh well. It's never a good idea, and never has been a good idea, to be vindictive with your legislation. Ryan Walters put up a horse and a chicken in chat. Does that mean he thinks a turkey's a cross between a horse and a chicken?
I'd love to see a cross between a horse and a chicken.
I mean, it would be... Well, let's think this through. It'd be a chicken and a goose. That would be as close as you could get. What do you think? They're both still birds. Yeah. You get the long neck in there.
Yes. Oh, there is a turkey emoji.
What's its spelling?
Turkey?
Like, shut up,
turkey.
Is it?
Yeah.
God damn it, hold on. Ah, fuck, it is, too. Yeah, there it is. I thought it was going to be like something hard to pick, like the rocks glass. What is it? Shot glass or something?
Tumbler.
Tumbler. Yeah, tumbler. Like I thought turkey was going to be like gobbler bird or something really stupid that you would never guess.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble. I would have been okay with gobble gobble. Gobbling fowl. Skin necked land bird.
Polly, it's horsecock.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Horsecock, for fuck's sake, Polly.
I feel more disappointed that it's horsecock. I wanted a chicken horse crossover, you know?
That's not necessarily a cock. Well, I guess it is a rooster, but I think of it as a chicken. But I mean, I guess you got to type in :rooster to get it to come up. Yeah, anyway. All I know is that there needs to be some custom emojis. Okay, that's copied over there. And then coming over here. See, the lore around Noir Bar is building as time goes on, as all good lores do. I'm a time traveling bartender. That's why there's so many things that are anachronistic here. Like this is a 1940s bar, and we are in fact in the 1940s, but it's a time portal that you walk through when you cross through the door. That's why Evil One is and Corn Pop are guarding the door. We wouldn't want anyone going into the past and trying to save JFK's life or anything like that.
Trying to fuck it up for the rest of us.
That's what I'm saying. So, we can have things that are out of time and out of date here. That's why we can discuss technology that doesn't exist yet. Because I'm a time-traveling bartender. It's fine. Spurging over emojis, quality content. Well,
Well, do you want to move on to the WikiHow articles then?
Well, you know what, Prospero? You can go to like 500 other streams and hear people complain about AOC if you want.
But right now we're going to talk about calculating pi by throwing frozen hot dogs.
I got an otter hood in Death Stranding by Conan O'Brien. Huh. I actually know what that means.
I don't know what the fuck any of that means.
Doesn't that sound like the rantings of a madman?
Yeah.
No, that's a sensible statement that actually makes sense. It's one of those things. It's like Aladdin the Christmas Camel visits George Washington's home every year. That sounds like the rantings of a madman, but that's actually a factual statement.
Excuse me?
It's true. Aladdin the Christmas Camel visits George Washington's home every year. That sounds like right. It's like, did you forget to take your pills?
What?
No.
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. You want to hear the story behind that one so it doesn't sound quite so insane?
Do I want to know?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty mundane story. It's not as interesting. I think it's fun, but okay. So you know what, Prospero? You're cussing at the bartender. Now you're flipping him the bird. I'm starting to think you don't want to be here. What the hell? I mean, you're always welcome here. I don't understand why you got to come in and cuss everyone out all the time. Oh, and then a heart. This is what they call an abusive relationship, Prospero. You can't. This is the cycle of abuse. It's. It's like the man who beats his wife and then brings her flowers. This is not okay.
Jesus.
So George Washington's home, Mount Vernon. It's a place in Northern Virginia. It's still kept up and open 365 days a year to visit, and General Washington always made Christmas a huge thing at his home at Mount Vernon during his lifetime. And hospitality was a huge thing at the time. You were expected as part of, basic politeness and as a part of Christian virtue to offer hospitality in a big way. You can't turn people away that are traveling, that sort of thing, right? But on top of that, it's the Christmas season. So Washington had like 2 weeks plus of celebrations in and around Christmas every year. And at the time, exotic animals were considered it's like going to the zoo. It was a big deal to see exotic animals. And of course, they didn't have camels in North America. You know what I mean? He, as part of the Christmas festivities, rented a camel from somebody up in Fairfax. Actually up in, where was it? Alexandria, I think. Anyway, he rented a camel from some guy several miles away and added it there because it's a nativity animal. Get it? The sheeps, the camels, around Jesus' nativity, that kind of thing, and had a camel there. And so to continue on that tradition, they, at Mount Vernon today, still bring in a camel from a local zoo, and the camel's name is Aladdin.
Oh my God.
And they have him at a pen there, and to the day, the Christmas at Mount Vernon is a huge thing that they do. You can go there, and there's got all these festivities and different things, and this camel named Aladdin is there. So, it's a factual statement that Aladdin the Christmas camel visits George Washington's home every year. There, see? It's not mad. Hey, Jack.
That's still pretty fucking weird.
Hey.
Nah, it's like Mr. Hanky, but for Jesus people.
Well.
Okay.
Well, Prospero says a place in Northern Virginia, master of understatement. Well, yeah, it's a pretty big property, not as big as it used to be, certainly, but it's if you've never been there, I highly recommend it. It is really like traveling back to the 1780s. It's pretty fucking awesome.
So, Jack, are you interested in hearing about how to calculate pi by throwing frozen hot dogs?
Not at all.
Yeah. Really?
Nope. No interest.
He had to think about it for a minute. No. No, not at all. Jack.
Yes.
The article that I saw that you sent to me from the New York Post about Frank Miller.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that as a part of your boy Zach's video earlier today that he talked about the same article. And we'll be talking about it on Comic Book Curation. But in watching his video, I'm like, he starts talking about the strange efforts at coloring that Lynn Varley has done over the years when she got experimental.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have samples. Because he picks some of the weakest examples of her strange coloring jobs. It's like, that's what you picked? Man, let me show you what bad coloring really looks like. Prospero says it's a shrine of liberty. Good for you, Prospero. Some people are just like, why would you want to go visit a place that's like, I've encountered a bunch of woke people, Prospero, where it's like slaves lived there. Like, I mean, real garbage. And it's like, there's nowhere in America where there wasn't somebody who was owned in bondage, both black and white. And in addition, there's nowhere in the fucking world where human beings have lived that someone hasn't lived in slave. Fuck. It is a shrine of liberty. I agree. Ryan Walter says, Frank Miller, you mean the homeless guy? Hey.
He just looks homeless. I
Well,
hear he quit drinking.
Well, yeah, but didn't you see him in the picture? Like, especially the one from New York Post? Doesn't he look fantastically better than he did 5 years ago?
Yeah, he looks better. But he looks really old. He's got some hard miles on him.
Absolutely. Like, y'all, don't fucking drink. Like, it doesn't just ruin the lives of people around you. It destroys you. Look at Frank Miller, man. That guy drank himself. Like, he's taken years off of his life. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, if there's ever been an example that comes to mind of, like, what alcoholism will do to you, look at Frank Miller. Poor bastard.
Yeah, shaved some years off his life and probably destroyed his liver and destroyed his career for a long time.
Yeah, man.
That dude is a warning if ever there was one.
Yep. Yeah. And also, you can come back. You needn't drink yourself right into the grave because he's, like you said, shaved years off his life. He'd be dead, in my opinion, if he hadn't stopped right now. Did you see him 5 years ago? He couldn't even talk. He had the shakes. It was, fuck. Everyone thought he had cancer or something. And it's like, nope.
It's just alcohol.
Yeah, that's just liquor. Fucking hell. Frank Miller proves sobriety sucks.
Yeah.
Well.
He's lucky he quit when he did because it was looking pretty tough there for him.
Well, of all potatoes, says Polly, you going to follow your own advice about being an alcoholic? Yeah, there's very clear. Says bartender Polly, don't drink. No, I said don't be an alcoholic. And let me tell you something. If you guys are showing up at my...
buy your drinks. Buy your drinks at Noir Bar. It's fine.
If you guys were waiting outside the bar for that time, well, I was about to say for the time of day that strikes where you can legally sell liquor, but we sell liquor illegally here, so... if people who are drinking first thing in the morning, that's a sign. Everybody knows or should know all the signs of alcoholism, man. It's much more than... just drinking on occasion. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah, it's a lot more common than a lot of people seem to realize because alcohol is very easily available. So
yeah, it is.
Destroys lots of lives.
Okay, so what the hell is going on with my computer?
I don't know.
Oh man, everybody's here. Pete and Ex-Bubba Hotep and Manic. Hey, Manic, how's it going? And Angela's here. Jesus. Look, we fill up quick these days.
Yeah, sorry I'm not watching chat. I'm busy unlisting a bunch of videos.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. The COPA rules are going to hit my Roll for Sanity channel.
Oh, right, yeah.
And most of those videos aren't suitable for kids, but they're kid attractive because they're about games and stuff like collectible toys. And I don't feel like getting hit with a couple $1 million in fines.
Well, it's only 40 grand per instance.
Per instance, I have 825 videos on that channel.
Here's the thing. I would really love to see them try and find me. Because I'm not even in that fucking country.
Yeah, YouTube's going to do the thing.
That'd be super interesting to see how that's going to work. Because I'm not breaking any laws here,
No, but they YouTube will just take your channel down, is what they said.
And I'll rise from the grave.
Will ya?
Well, I don't delete the videos. I have everything somewhere. You know?
So do I. But
because I know too well how easy it is for videos just to be taken down. So I've just never deleted anything.
Oh, you always have a physical backup somewhere on a flash drive or a
Yeah.
external or something, just in case. But yeah, I'm gonna migrate these all over to like BitChute or something at some point.
You know what?
This is such bullshit.
That reminds me, I got to do that.
Yeah.
Get
I mean,
backups.
I'd also be really interested to see if they even struck me at all. Because if they did, that means they completely ignored me. Doing a little tick of like, it's not for kids.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They
No,
have
I
new.
know. It doesn't matter. Like, I've seen it happen.
No,
But it's like,
No, that let me finish. They have a new algorithm to determine if a video is for kids, and they will automatically change it for you.
are you fucking kidding me?
No, watch the videos on this. There's some guy just did one I was watching. They have an algorithm that will change it, and you have to go into the new creator studio, and if you get hit underneath where it says public, it'll say deemed as for kids or something like that.
Okay, well, hold on.
It's annoying for me because I know what they're gonna do. Because I have a lot of drawing art shit on there.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna automatically be like, oh, it's a cartoon image for kids, which is
Well, it doesn't matter if it's for kids, it's whether kids find it attractive.
No, wait,
See, there's
hold on.
distinction
One minute. Just per video, though, you said, right? Is that right? Not your whole channel.
Well, if there's too many instances and you didn't tick the right box, like if your channel's deemed to have like too high of a percentage of kid videos, my understanding is that they can then terminate your channel because you lied about what your channel is.
Well, okay, fair enough. Because I got the pop-up banner again. I did click on it, went to control room. No, this channel's not for kids. And then I logged in to launch this stream, and that banner was back. And I'm like, I already did this.
That fucking
Okay,
thing's been up the entire time for me.
So,
I'm looking at mine. I've changed it, and it's not there.
So far doesn't have it back. Did you get it back, Jack? After?
Yeah,
Yeah?
It hasn't gone away. That's why I'm privating all these videos, because I'm not fucking around with this. It's just not worth the time and effort to lose a channel. I'm just putting them all as unlisted.
Well, Ex-Bubble Hotep makes a good point about Far making a good point. If this is an American regulation, does this affect people outside of America? Yes, they make that explicit. It says, even if you are not in America, you are required to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're required to comply with their authoritarian Chinese bullshit.
No, because they can't actually do that. That's the thing, because that's not their country's law.
YouTube sets their own guidelines. So if they say,
but even then, the fact that these guidelines are being set because of the country it's set in.
Okay,
I don't know.
It seems pretty.
It
seems a reasonable expectation that you won't catch the fine, but that won't stop a
you're
private.
not gonna get fined,
yeah,
but
they
they
won't
will
delete your fucking
alter
channel. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll rise from the fucking ashes. Because fuck you, YouTube. You can't control me, cunts.
It's not my fault. Don't yell at me. Jesus, I'm just a bartender. Fuck.
You live in a totally different country. I don't give a fuck what you do, but I have to hide 830 videos now because I don't want to be the example that they decide to knock out of the tree. Because what they always do in these situations is they take a few people. They did this with downloaded music back when Napster was big. They take a handful of people and they make an example out of them by hitting them with as much fines and punishment as they can. And that's what they're going to do here too, because the government has already come out and said, if you watch the little FTC video, they are going to go after content creators.
Okay, but let's sort of look at this from a slightly different angle, right?
Okay.
I'm not arguing for YouTube. This is actually arguing against them. They wanted to do the advertisement thing. And they wanted to control advertisement where let's keep very front in our minds. There is zero, that's a big fucking goose egg, transparency with how much money they're getting for advertisements. The only thing that's transparent to you as an individual is how much they're going to pay you for AdSense. You know what I mean? You don't know how much of that you're getting, what percentage of it you're getting. So they could be, and likely are, fucking the hell out of you when they give you money. Like,
probably
per views, okay? They wanted to fuck around with this, and it was a nice little gold mine for them because we're going to be able to make YouTube solvent That sort of idea, right? We want advertisement. We want to be a network channel. Well, welcome to the realities of running advertisements, wanting to be like network television. You are now responsible to the regulations that network television has been operating under for years. You can't have go fuck yourself videos, Logan Paul walking around a suicide fucking forest showing dead bodies along with children opening fucking games on a different channel when it's all on the fucking same site. You would never get away with that on network television, and they've had to deal with it. Now YouTube is having to deal with it, and they're making the creators responsible for the ensuring of the regulations that they have been playing fast and loose with for 5-6 years now.
I think you're misunderstanding. This is not the FCC. This is the FTC. The FCC can't regulate them. That's for broadcast television. The FTC is Federal Trade Commission. What they were fined for was collecting data on the kids.
Oh,
it
Jesus.
wasn't because of the commercials. What?
Oh, sorry, I smacked my mic there real hard.
Oh. It wasn't for the monetization stuff. It was for the collecting of information.
Okay.
Because kids were logging in through their parents' accounts and watching things that had inappropriate advertising on them. And they were collecting data on the kids that way through what they were watching, what they were clicking on. It's a lot more convoluted than you think.
Now, the kind of thing that I'm talking about is the targeted advertising for children. These are the regulations that, well, everyone is having to play by. I mean, if you're targeting advertising at children, there's certain regulations inside the United States that you have to play by. I get what you're saying. That wasn't, they were fined for this thing. Okay. But
yeah,
they're not.
Part of the problem is what you're talking about, but that's not the entire thing. That's why this is such a problem, is it's got bleed over. Because something a kid finds interesting is now potentially targeted. That means like Call of Duty could be targeted, even though that's a mature rated game. It doesn't matter, because now it's considered attractive to children, so it falls under these regulations. So they don't know. The law is so old that it doesn't take into account things that kids have access to, but is not appropriate for children. See what I'm saying?
Yep. I see exactly what you're saying.
We don't know who's going to get hit, and that's why I was watching several people that do like action figure reviews, and they're all freaking the fuck out because they talk about collector toys that are aimed at adults that are like $60-$70 a piece, statuettes that are $300, and they're getting told their videos are for kids. So that's going to destroy their channels. Let's Play videos, same problem.
Yeah, I've just looked through my channel, through my videos, and none of them. It seems like it's changed it permanently, not to like. Oh god, it seems it's changed it permanently to not for kids since I clicked the little ticky thingy a while back. So I don't seem to have this problem yet, but I wouldn't be surprised considering everything that I have on here. Like I've got the Ploy Junior videos where it's the puppet.
Yeah. I've
got the freaking me and my girlfriend talking about fucking a terrible webcomic. So you're gonna have like cartoon images on the screen, like the time lapse videos, the Coach Red Pill video.
Yeah, because it's
like
an animation.
A bunch of me like fucking playing Splatoon that's mostly unlisted, but yeah,
completely vague on it too, and YouTube is purposely stepping out of it so they can avoid future fines.
That you're making it out to be, and it very well could be that far gone. I don't know. You swear a whole bunch. Well, that's not allowed for kids, but you know, you've got a cute cartoon otter that appears from time to time, therefore it's attractive to kids, therefore fuck you.
Exactly.
But
that's how vague this is worded.
But if that's the case, I mean, it's, I don't know. It's like a replication of the situation of trying to tickle the algorithm's balls. Good luck.
Yeah, it's all a roll of the dice, and the only thing you could do is hope that your content is not attractive to children, but you don't know what that is. I mean, you could have like car chase scenes being considered attractive to children
You could
because
have Born into Mafia being like
yeah,
attractive to children.
the law is so vaguely worded that anything could be construed to being marketed toward children. And it doesn't matter if your channel's monetized or not, they can still come after you.
Well, here's a funny one. We're all drinking here, so let's not talk about angering things because then we'll have surly drunks. That's the last thing you need in a fucking bar.
No, it's exactly what we need right now. Come on, be surly. Rise.
Shadow Raven says, sorry if the numbers go up and down. The internet at work is crappy.
You should tell your company to get better internet.
Why are you apologizing to me if you're... Oh, like the number of viewers, like concurrent viewers? Oh, that's cool. That's fine, man. As much as you can watch, whatever. And they remain up afterwards. Well, they often remain up afterwards. I think this is what, Bar Night 17, and I think there might be like 12 Noir bars actually up. Some were lost for varying reasons. It's
mostly claiming.
Well, yeah, but god damn, I mean, you want to talk about getting hit for no fucking reason, Jack? I can tell you about getting hit for no fucking reason. You don't own that song, motherfucker from Australia. The same.
That's why you don't put music in your videos, dude.
Well,
no,
you know,
it's why you go out of your
part
way
of the
to find
ambiance. I'm
because I never claim that.
You know, you can't have a saloon without music. I mean, come on, man.
Sure you can. The speakeasies did it all the time.
Shitty ones.
Yeah. Well, we didn't say this was a good bar.
We'll have a guy over in the corner with one of them. What are those things called? The little hand accordions. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
I don't know what they're called.
The toy accordions?
What'd you say, Far?
The toy accordions? Like
no, someone in chat's gonna know it. This always happens. What's the thing called? And like 5 people will light up in chat with the answer. It's like not a harpsichord, because that's like a little a Munchkin's keyboard, right? Like it's got the ding ding. That's a harpsichord, isn't it? What's the captain in Prometheus played one. Interestingly, I don't know why they gave Idris Elba, the captain on the ship in Prometheus, one of them hand accordions. It's got buttons on the side, and well, what? It's supposed to be a small musical instrument that he was willing to take on a long voyage. Well, why didn't they give him a flute or a harmonica? Those are both smaller. It was weird to have him sitting there playing like a wee wee wee, pressing the buttons.
Well, I expected him to break out and do a polka.
I don't think you can do a polka on those. Well, you can do a polka on anything.
No, a polka dance.
Oh.
He could play some happy little music and do a little polka dance, wear some lederhosen. It's a whole thing.
So the options that we've gotten from chat are a didgeridoo, a music box, Melbourne, or a squeeze box, or an accordion.
Oh, concertina?
Possibly. Is that what they're called? That doesn't ring a bell, but I could see it. I don't know. I'm not a musician. Stop guessing accordion. When I say mini accordion, it's obviously not a fucking accordion.
Well, it could be a toy accordion. That's a thing. The mini accordion.
This is so much a drunken conversation. This is... anyway. So, Jack, you watch a lot of bad movies, right? It's not a hurdy-gurdy zombie, but a hurdy-gurdy is an interesting instrument. If you've never seen a hurdy-gurdy, people, you should look one up. It's fucking wild. It's got a crank and buttons and it's related to weird magical shit and hippies like it. Jack, you ever heard of a movie called Born into Mafia?
That sounds familiar.
Well,
but
Far and I watched it last night. It's up on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's comes from the cinematic luminary known as Vitali Versace. He's have you ever heard of a film called The Last Vampire on Earth?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the genius visionary behind that cinematic masterpiece.
I think genius visionary is very, very, very charitable.
No, he is a genius when it comes to that movie, but not this one.
Yeah. When you can be in a position to say, Last Vampire on Earth was well organized and streamlined compared to Born in a Mafia.
When you can say that Birdemic was better than Born into Mafia.
It's true. Birdemic was a better.
I will have no nonsense talk about Birdemic. That is a cinema classic. That is truly what Scorsese was talking about when he said cinema.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Exploding birds. Come on. That is cinema verite at its finest. It had a beautiful storyline. You guys hate so much.
Well, just saying.
This isn't even saying hateful. I'm just saying, like, on a technical level, Birdemic is better than Born into Mafia.
It is. Man, they didn't. One of his actors didn't show up because I don't think he was paying them, and the guy
is not.
And one of them didn't show up, so they had to get someone else who was black, who wasn't even close to that guy's complexion, to stand there, and so they could film the back of his head, so it would make him look like he was in the shot. At one point,
this was like Lethal Weapon 6, huh?
Yes, and the story completely changes direction in the middle. I don't believe they had a script as much as they had bullet points of kind of what they wanted to do, sorta.
Yes, and I have a feeling that the way they wrote those bullet points, they wrote them completely out of order, and they kind of just arranged them in a way of like, this kind of makes sense. It's fine.
That's an old expression that Trauma used a lot. Was we'll fix it in post.
Oh, they tried.
Oh, that is absolutely what they tried doing here. It didn't work.
Not even.
It never does.
Well, yeah.
That's why if you watch old Trauma films, you see the same car go off the same pier in like 30 movies because they recycled that shot to fill in gaps.
Oh, Jesus.
I know Trauma films, I've seen some, they're bad. But I mean bad like I'm not trying to say this is the worst film ever made. I'm not trying to make that argument.
No, that's Last Dragon. Yeah.
You think Last Dragon is the worst film ever made?
I don't know if we're thinking of the same movie.
The one from 1985 or whatever?
No, it was mid-90s. Hold on, I'll find the trailer for you. Let me open a new tab here and stop what I'm fucking doing. Yeah, it's a martial arts film where the guy constantly wears the same shirt, so you know when he's going to get in a fight scene.
Because they filmed it all on the same day.
Yeah. Either that or he just liked that shirt. Was it the Last Dragon?
Last Dragon is also...
No, I'm thinking of the wrong title. Last Dragon's the other shitty movie.
Yeah, Last Dragon's a Barry Gordy film. One of his only ones. The Motown guy.
Yeah. With the guy from Briscoe County Jr.
I don't know what that is.
What?
Briscoe County Jr. Is that a name? A guy's name or a movie?
Yeah, Briscoe County Jr. His dad's name was Briscoe County.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a TV show, very short-lived, with Bruce Campbell and the guy that played Gomez on the Addams Family.
So, according to Angela, number one nowhere. Yeah, the Last Dragon was Shonuff as the villain.
Shonuff.
Yeah. Am I the baddest motherfucker in all of Harlem? Shonuff. It's just, yeah. That movie's just, I know it's a cult classic. It's just not a cult classic for me. It's like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I get it's a cult classic. It's just not my thing. Now, cult classics. What are Cop Rock? There's an authentic cult classic.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the good stuff right there.
Yeah, Born into Mafia? No. Just never watch it. Don't go out of your way to watch that shit.
What is the name of that movie?
Shadow Raven says, you're just going to listen on my phone. That's cool. And look up theremin videos. Oh, I know the theremin quite well. I picture Jack with a theremin. I don't know why.
Oh, I would totally own one.
You know, they own fancy new ones that are like, they're completely digital. They just kind of sense where your hand is, probably by IR bullshit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've seen noise.
Yeah. So it's just like a screen that you lay out, a screen sensor that you lay out, and you can do the theremin thing. And I was one of those people that was under the impression that that high-pitched noise that was going on in the original Star Trek theme was a theremin. Lots of people thought that, but no, that's a woman singing. She's just able to hit those notes, you know.
Jesus, man.
What?
No, just like imagining someone actually able to hit those high notes.
Yeah, they brought in an opera lady, a soprano, I think they're called. I don't know. I'm not an opera guy. I leave that expertise to Jack and Quiz.
I don't know anything about opera.
You've never been to an opera?
Either.
City Dragon. That's the fucking name of it. Have you ever seen City Dragon?
No.
Oh my god, this is the worst movie I have ever seen. It starts off as like a martial arts movie, but then quickly devolves into a weird drama about halfway through the film, and then has a rap song in it for some reason.
You know it's always great when it has a fucking rap song in it.
Oh, sweet. The whole thing's on YouTube. I will provide everyone a link right now. Polly, stop ignoring Evil One.
No, I read that. I was waiting for you to get to an end of a sentence. I'm not sure what I was ignoring him on. Would like females.
Would you like some beautiful ladies in the hashtag?
Oh, I get you. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, there is the movie City Dragon, which, you know, if you say it with a fake Asian accent, would be more accurate because we Shitty Dragon.
Is it full of Asians or just no?
No, it's this like black dude, or half black maybe. I don't know. He's brown, some stripe, but yeah, the main character is the guy who wrote the movie, and I think he directed it too.
Yeah, that was the case with Wanted Mafia as well, with Vitaly Versace himself. Decided to play the main character.
Anytime that there is a writer, director, producer, actor situation where you have, I would say, 3 of those things, that movie's going to be terrible because nobody's going to tell that guy no.
Okay, well, generally speaking, you're right. But there are weird circumstances where the guy's smart enough to surround himself with producers that are obviously helping and have the ability to say it. Because The Town, I mean, you have Ben Affleck as the director, writer, and one of the producers. And that movie's professional and awesome. It may not be your favorite movie. I think it's fucking brilliant. But obviously he was willing to surround himself by people that were willing to tell him no because it was a major release, was really successful, and rocks, in my opinion. And has Rebecca Hall, one of the most beautiful women to ever put 2 feet on the planet.
There are always exceptions.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like Citizen Kane and...
Oh, yeah, good call. Good call.
Pretty much anything by Orson Welles where he actually had control. I like his movies.
Yeah.
I think that guy was a genius way ahead of his time. But this movie is the exact opposite of that.
I get you.
So, honestly, it is seriously one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. It's right up there with Hell's Bells.
Is that
Vampires
guy,
and Other Stereotypes.
Who's the director? Again? Writer, star?
I don't fucking remember. I blocked this movie out as much as possible. It was one of the most painful hour and a halves of my life.
Because Far and I have this theory running. It comes out of a Red Letter Media joke. It's like, I'm going to America to make big American movie. And like it's there's always this person, and they end up being, very much what you're describing, the director, writer, producer. You know what I mean? And they reproduce American stereotypes in a big way. Like Vitaly Versace, he wants to make an American film, so of course he's a Russian mafia guy that goes to California. L.A.
He goes to L.A. to hide out.
L.A. is in California.
It is, but like you have to be very specific. It's not just California; it's L.A.
So yeah.
Stan Durain was the writer and star and producer. His buddy Phil Phillips, also known as Filthy Phil, not to be confused with a horror movie that had a similar name. Filthy Phil was the director and also a star in it because he plays like his buddy.
This guy doesn't sound like he's got that excuse working for him. Going to America to make film.
No,
doesn't sound.
No, these guys are from LA.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
So they just
Which makes
suck.
it even worse. They should at least like know people that are actors. But the rap scene is just so cringy. And it's like an hour and a half. Oh, this guy speaks entirely in rhyme for like half the movie and then suddenly stops doing it. Only to pick it up again later on.
Wow.
Apparently they didn't fix it in post.
No, they didn't. It's such a weird film because there's this like halfway through the movie is like trying to do an honest living or something, working in what's supposed to be an office, but it's clearly somebody's living room.
Right?
It's not always the greatest, though. It's like it's obviously not.
Yeah,
Where it's supposed to be, but it's you're supposed to believe.
But then he gets sexually harassed by his boss, and there's that weird subplot for like 20 minutes. And it has nothing to do with the main plot of the movie. It's just in there to kill time.
Okay, let me give you an example of, you can tell that this has been added in later or while they were doing it. It's got nothing to do with the rest of the plot, like you just said. Okay? Born in a Mafia is going along, steady pace, such as it is, and then two of the main characters get killed, and it's supposed to be a dramatic moment. Like, when a main character gets killed, there's drama. Right? Then all of a sudden the film stops at that point, and it's like many years later comes up on the screen. You see swirly effects come in from Windows Movie Maker.
No, the Movie Maker thing was like before that. That was just like
No, that's when it happened. That was what started it. It's my father died and my life began, he says. And then the swirly effects start, and then the disconnected storyline continues.
Yeah, true.
So the swirly effects come in. Two of the people that have been killed are now on screen saying, well, I faked my death. The other guy, who's alive but was shot in the back of the head. Well, they were both shot in the head. One of them shot in the back of the head. He's back with no explanation. They don't say that he was...
Yeah, but that guy, though, that's the guy that didn't turn up for filming, so they had to get the dude.
Yeah.
But he turned up for that end shot.
Yeah, they got together for I don't think they knew how to end the film, and so they just filmed that, like an end scene with them on the beach, and now the main character as a kid, and the two people that were dead are now alive again. One of them with no explanation whatsoever.
Yeah, because you quite clearly see him get shot through the back of his head.
Explanations are for the patriarchy.
Well, this was made in 2007. Come on.
I don't care. That's the excuse I would use whenever asked about it. I'd be like, "You sound like the patriarchy, oppressor."
Jesus. But the really bizarre thing, though, is like how shit this is. Like, this is... Born in Mafia is so shit that he literally has thought bubbles that appear on screen.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
And yet 3 years later, he makes The Last Vampire on Earth, which is like a fucking masterpiece in comparison. What happened in 3 years?
That was a student film project. I would put money on it. A lot of film students will sell their final project movie to those compilation discs, where they have like 4 or 5 movies. But because I say that because a lot of times when they do weird effects like thought bubbles and stuff like that, it's part of the assignment that they have to do. They have to use so many effects.
Yeah, the best one. I get it, but at the same time, it's so out of place in the entire movie. But it does. If that is the case, then it does kind of make sense why the swirly effects happen.
Yeah, because they have to use so many special effects in the film.
And also why there was that one bit of like the dude on the phone, and they kept cutting it, but they kept sort of transitioning to another bit. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, I'm trying to type in chat and it's not letting me. Rich, no, I have not heard of 1.4, but I will look it up later. I was just going to type that in, but my computer's really being... it must be in a bad mood, because it's not letting me type in chat. Fuck. Jack, we've got to start, like, the potato commiseration support group or something.
Oh, no shit, dude.
We can just, like, trade stories about how bad our computers are, and, like, nobody who has a good computer would be willing to go there, because it would just be them writing in chat over and over again. Well, fuck you! Buy a better one!
We don't have any money.
Yeah, exactly. So the only people that would want to be there are poor souls like ourselves that are like, yeah, it's like, well, don't you have a job? Yeah, I got a job, but I've also got, a
Bills.
need to eat and live in shelter. Like, so.
I don't have a job.
Oh. I mean, seriously, let's see if it'll even let me paste my, whatchamacallit in here.
All right. What's the name of this movie you're telling me about now?
Born into Mafia.
Mafia. Don't
Born
watch.
into Mafia?
Yeah, Born into Mafia.
That doesn't even make sense.
They even got Pigeon English going on in the fucking title. Wow.
Well, have you seen the sequel?
No, but I did. But when I was trying to figure out like some information about it, I did see that there was a sequel for it.
Yeah, from 2015. Yeah, I have seen this movie. I've seen that poster before. I know. I think I own it.
Oh God, man.
You know what's really odd about it is that when I went to buy it from a perfectly legitimate online source, the file
Totally not YouTube or anything.
right. Evil One says eating fish is free. You damn otter. Hey, it's leave it alone. So the file name was blah 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 Amazon web rip, etc. And I went and looked. Yeah, it's on Amazon streaming service, that movie. It doesn't surprise me that Amazon bought a bunch of crappy content just so they had content to offer for streaming. People aren't going to hold Amazon responsible that there's some shitty movie on there. Not really. They'll just go like, holy fuck, this Vitaly Versace guy's an idiot, and go to something else. They were just trying to bulk up their catalog of content when they first started. So I can get why they bought a fuck ton of crappy stuff. What I don't get is why they don't have a problem with the filmmaker posting it on YouTube on his own channel for free. Don't they own the license to it in that kind of the broadcast rights to it, whatever?
Depends.
Sorry. Same time, it'd be like, do they really give a shit about Born into Mafia of all things?
Yeah, I guess. Fucking, it still strikes me as very strange.
The whole thing is fucking strange.
You know what? I've got.
We come out like, oh my god, he dead, died dead.
Man, Jack,
Someone should tell
I have never
Versace
seen so
that
many
that's
examples of. We can't talk, guys.
I can't hear both of you.
Yeah, we all can't talk at the same time, and everyone's doing this. Let's stop. Okay, Far, what were you saying?
Someone had to have told Versace that that's not how you say someone's dead. They don't say dead, died dead, because he didn't do it just once. He did it like a few times.
He did, and I don't understand why they didn't reshoot stuff. I have never seen so many examples of flubbed lines that made it into the final cut.
I have a feeling that's how Versace just thinks people say dead. You say dead, died dead.
No.
Look.
No.
Do you know how? Do you know how expensive memory cards are?
I do. And in addition to that, I also have a general sense of how infinitely cheaper they are than actual film. So what the fuck?
Well, just for the record, when you're on a budget or lack thereof, that one memory card has to last you. And that means one take.
Yeah, but if the take's not good, you can just fucking delete the take, can't you? Like, it's still, like, not much of an excuse, you know?
You're making a little too much sense. Maybe they don't have enough time.
No, they had fucking time. They had enough time to sit in a car for 7 minutes and say the exact same shit over and over again.
That's called a scene.
Yeah, for 7 minutes.
Artistic.
Dad. 7 minutes.
It's artistic.
Like his dad and him talking back and forth, like, but son, you must take over Mafia. But dad, I don't know what to take over Mafia. But son, you must take over Mafia. But dad, I do know what to take over. But that's the entire fucking scene.
Keep in mind, the film has like opening credits and it has opening credits and closing credits, but still only runs an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, and also the fact that what was it? The most expensive restaurant in Moscow? What was it again, Molly?
Oh, Olive Garden.
Yeah, it was a fucking Olive Garden.
That was the most expensive restaurant in all of Moscow, where the mob boss was meeting with his son, and there is a lounge singer that the mob boss was dating, and Olive Garden.
Yeah, and there's like no one else in the restaurant, but he still goes to the reserved table.
So one of their friends worked at an Olive Garden and was like the manager, I take it?
I guess it's the only way that could have happened, you know?
Kinda. Evolved potato, rich and evil one. I was trying to type kinda. I type in the words and then they appear like a fucking minute or two later. So I just hit enter and I apparently didn't hit the N hard enough and so it didn't come up. Kinda. Kinda. Fuck. You guys are cold judges, man. It's more drinks around. Everyone's so fucking surly. Jesus.
Well, you sound a little loaded.
I'm the bartender. The liquor's free for me. Of course I'm loaded.
Dipping into your own pool, man. It's not how you do that and make money.
Well, this is the 1940s. Liquor is cheap. It's illegal, but cheap. Well, no, it was only illegal in the 20s. Whatever. I'm a time-traveling bartender. It all makes sense.
It's illegal everywhere.
Yes.
Temporal crimes. It's fine.
All right.
Just do it, Rich. But
You didn't want to press the end button. Oh.
Chat's hilarious tonight.
They everyone says I bought rounds for everyone. Yeah, stop doing that. It's making them surly.
Oh, Jesus
Of all
Christ.
potato, you can't drink now because you have to drive tomorrow? No, there's plenty of time to detoxify. It's fine. Have a drink.
Spoken like a true alcoholic.
Well, I want everyone to have a good time.
Oh, God.
So, Jack.
Yes, sir.
And Far, actually, you didn't get to see this.
Oh, boy.
Here we are. Oh, Grant
Oh,
Lion.
hey, Polydub's live.
You know, it makes me happy when YouTube delivers notifications in a timely manner.
How long have we been live for now? Like an
About an
hour?
hour. Yeah.
An hour and you
Not
get a
an
notification
hour.
now?
Like-
Yeah, it's been an hour.
No, it's only been 35 minutes according to the... I don't fucking know. I'll buy it. That timer's never
It's
right
been
anyway.
an hour.
All right. Well,
Right.
Hey, Jack's gotten it 2 days later at some points. An hour?
Yeah.
They're picking up speed.
We're
Sweet.
getting closer.
This is the point we've come to with YouTube. Grand Lionheart, thank you very much for the tip. I waited outside in the cold all weekend. Now you're finally open. Yay.
No wonder they're so fucking surly. They've been waiting.
Is that what's been going on? Jesus Christ, no wonder. I thought those were homeless people outside. They were fucking patrons. I feel so awful.
Jesus.
Well, they were all just sitting there. No wonder they were sitting on the sidewalk. It's been fucking days.
Oh my God. You just been peeking out the windows like, oh, I hope those homeless people go away soon.
Oh, and Sir Wolfgang got the new $10 donation. Jessica Alba in her sexy stripper gear taking a slug out of a bottle of vodka. Hot. And Noir. And Frank Miller. The tip says, I'll have a Morgan Dark and a Coke. And here's some money. Buy something that isn't a potato. Jesus. Believe it or not, it's actually going into the fund. And I'll tell you guys something. I was talking on Monkey in the Morning. Jack, you weren't there, I don't think.
No. Probably won't remember either way.
Well, I was about to say, I'm the one who's drinking. I'm the one who's supposed to have a bad memory about these things. But anyway, I was telling my dad that I was thinking about buying a used computer from like an online classified thing. And he's like, I thought I raised you to be smarter than that. You don't want to buy a used computer. You're just buying somebody else's problems that way. And Monkey's like, yeah,
right.
Well, he's like, yeah, that maybe that's true. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes that's just a gamer getting rid of their old computer. And from the type of video cards that the computers had, it did seem like it was exactly that. a gamer getting rid of their old computer that they had upgraded, and they wanted to upgrade everything, so they went with a whole new bundle from Newegg or whatever the fuck. Anyway, I get a DM the next day from Sinatra, and he's like, I'm just re-listening to Monkey's stream from last night. Yeah, smarten up. Don't buy somebody else's computer. You're just getting someone else's problems. And I'm like, Jesus, okay. He said, spend the little extra money. It's worth it. It's not a little. That's the thing. Like, Sir Wolfgang, you're right. I appreciate the tip. And believe me, I'm not just spending all the money on bills or champagne or hookers or anything. It's I'm absolutely looking at what would be the most effective expenditure of the meager funds that I do have. You know what's funny? Jack, you're going to be able to understand this. And Far, you got like an older computer too. Yeah, we're the potato squad up in here tonight.
Pretty much.
I wouldn't consider it like quite a potato yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Well, it's not a potato, it's an apple, so it's like a rotten old apple. How about
It's
that?
rotting away slowly.
So what I'm telling people about the kind of computers I'm looking at, like Jack, right away they're like, no. The newest thing is blah 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 blah. Quad core. It's got 16 threads per core, and it runs at this whatever the fuck megahertz, and you know what I mean. 64 gigabytes of RAM is what I put in my new computer. Blah blah blah. Right, and I'm telling them about this 16 gigabyte RAM, whatever the fuck. Like it's going to be light years ahead of what I have right now, and they're mocking that. And I'm like, guys, I just need something that's going to accomplish the thing, not something that's going to be able to run Kennedy Space Center from my fucking computer room. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Like, you don't make videos. You just do live streams. You need a computer that can handle that. Or slightly better than that, actually, so you can kind of adjust accordingly.
Well, I even do because I do like a lot of video editing and a lot of Photoshop work and things along those lines. Sir Wolfgang just really likes looking at Jessica Alba drinking, and I can understand that. Thank you again, Sir Wolfgang. In that case, have a little bit more, my dude. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate all the tips. Am I the only one that? Let me ask you something, chat. Am I the only one that notices that the coins drop into the martini glass? Was that worth it going through the fucking trouble that it looks all cool, or?
No, I noticed it.
Yeah. Okay, good. I spent so much time working on these things. It's gonna be so cool, and it's like, am I the only one that ever noticed?
No, I know the exact same thing.
Jack, remember all the trouble I went through turning the two paintings in the back? Well, they were computer screens to look like paintings. You think anyone noticed?
And then you got mad when I pointed out that there was a cash register blatantly in the
oh yeah? Where's the cash
monitor?
Where's the cash register now, my friend?
I know, but I'm just saying, you went to all that trouble and then you missed like the obvious thing, and then I had to give you a hard time about it.
Well,
then you got all mad.
Justifiably. You were cold about it, man. Shit.
Well, it wasn't anything personal. It was just
I hadn't
about that LED screen.
I hadn't fully developed the lore yet. I could be, I'm a time-traveling bartender. I brought back a squirrel computer from the modern era back to the past so I can more effectively, transact with people.
I'm happy that you're a drunk Doctor Who, but it's
That's actually what you are, except instead of a TARDIS, you just have an entire fucking bar.
Bert Nern, he says, what glass? That's coal, man. That's coal. The one in the bottom right-hand corner next to the ashtray. You know what's funny is that I even bothered to animate that ashtray. Here, I'll turn it on for a second. It's going to slow my computer to an absolute crawl. That's why I don't... See, look. There's smoke animation for that cigarette even that I made. But, my computer can't handle it, so I don't leave it turned on. Pete says, that reminds me, I was going to tweet something about those Alba scenes today. PG says, I noticed but not cared about it. That's fine. You don't have to care. It's that
the important thing is you notice.
That's what. No, but seriously, it's like you don't.
That's what counts.
That's the whole point of ambiance. Am I right?
Yeah, I gotta say, you're one of the most dedicated people I've ever seen when it comes to photoshopping.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I'll tell you what I tell Monkey every time. I don't play video games. You know, so I have, and I'm currently single. So I got time on my hands, man. My day's taken up with my day job and studies and research contracts. But then after that, I don't have a lot of video games to play. Except for that fucking alien shooter that's been dogging me on my phone. I've been...
Oh, dude, get a better game, please.
Well, admittedly, I spent far too much time playing that. But hey, excuse me. Hey, here's the good news. I've reached that point that happens with all free-to-play games. I've maxed out the ability to play it free. If you want to go any further in the game, you need more powerful ships that have more powerful weapons, and you have to buy all those. The games become impossible at the level of leveling up that you can get by playing free. You know what I mean? So it's not interesting anymore.
Well, download Galaga Wars. It's a way better game.
Is that mobile or PC?
Yeah, I got it on my phone.
Galaga Wars? Cool.
Galaga.
That's what I said. It's a Galaga Wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'll look into that for sure.
Yeah, because the final level, it only has 10 levels. The final level is an infinite one. So it's just about beating your high score. And they have different ships because you can pick up these tokens as you play. And the more tokens you collect, the more ships you can unlock. You don't have to buy anything if you don't want to. It's a way better game too.
Oh, Pop-Tart's in chat. Ploy restores photos really well. He likes Photoshop. Yeah. Hey, I actually showed that photo, Pop-Tart, on Cocktail Hour with Weibo. Does anyone want to see a hot 15-year-old Pop-Tart?
Jesus,
Nice.
That's how you lose a channel.
Right? No, it's just... I say that because it's funny. Pop-Tart does not look like she's 15 in that photo. That's why it's funny.
I've seen the photo before. She really does not look 15 there.
It's weird because Chris Hansen appears behind her if you tilt it at the right angle.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? Why haven't I put that Chris Hansen meme of him tilting in from the side in that picture? That'd be hilarious.
I'm here to give people ideas.
Your leg pops up?
I'm gonna do that, Jack. That's funny as fuck.
I know. And do that or put Biden in sniffing her hair.
Yeah, Vol Potato says when you get a better PC, you can try that Detective Noir game I told you about. I went and looked it up, and yeah, Potato looks fucking cool. No word of a lie, that game looks pretty awesome. That and of course the 1997 point-and-click Blade Runner game that I've been wanting to play. I can load it up in my computer, but that isn't really a Potato problem, honestly. That's a version of computer problem. Windows 10 just doesn't like it, and it's the optimized version from GOG. You need to run, what's it called? DOSBox or something.
Oh God. Fuck
Yeah, some older games just really don't run
don't
nice.
work.
Yeah.
No, they don't work. No, I've had that same issue before. Of just trying to get shit to work on here. Like some games do. Like Marilyn and Madeline thinking games are fine if you try hard enough. But most other things just don't like it.
Evil One says, excuse me, we need more beer. I'm going down in the basement for a few cases. Do I need to bring anything else up? No, and thank you. Just ignore the two bodies that are down there. They owed money and were late.
Jesus, man. Again?
Well, I didn't do it.
That's what you keep saying.
Johnny No Nose was the one who put him there. You go talk to him if you don't like it. Fuck.
I don't like talking to Johnny No Nose though.
You've
He's creepy.
Touches your no-nose.
Hey, hold on.
Well, he tries, but fuck off.
Do not do Joe Biden. Bad Jack, bad. Yeah, well. But speaking of Chris Hansen, have you watched the Onision Chris Hansen thing yet?
No.
I keep forgetting to. Because I'm going to know in 5 minutes if it's worth watching. Like, whether there's going to be some laughs in it. If it's like deadly serious and boring, of course I'm not going to watch it. But it might be good for some laughs, and I'll know quite quickly.
It probably will be good for some laughs because Onision's a fucking retard.
Damn right.
But I don't know. The guy he's super creepy to me. And he's the type of guy that if I saw him on the street and there were children nearby, I would call the cops.
Yes. Havoc's like, wait, there's more bodies? Yeah, Johnny knows. You know, there's a lot of money out there on the street related to that guy. And hey, hold on here. That. Hey, go away.
No, I work here.
Windows 10.
I like being here.
Not you guys. Windows 10. Yes, I know the computer can't hear me. Gives me these pop-ups, and it's like, here's what I kept off to the side so it wouldn't bother you. Yes, but the pop-up you're giving is bothering me.
Ollie, it just wants you to believe that it can't hear you.
So it's just ignoring me this whole time? The computer could actually understand me?
Skynet hates you.
Yeah, who is it that wrote that in chat earlier when Jack, you were talking about the AI to scan for children's videos or videos that would appeal to children? And they wrote, did you want to get Skynet? Because this is how you get Skynet.
Yeah, this is exactly how you get Skynet. That's very true, whoever said that.
I need to say, like, cunt at the beginning of every single one of my videos just to really emphasize, not for kids.
Okay, so here, let's take a look at the photo that made Zelthor feel like a perv.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
It did.
Statement.
I put that picture up in Discord, and I said, "Hey," I said, "Here, Zelthor, look at this," and he went, "Wow, holy shit, blah blah blah." And he didn't say anything pervy at all. He just went, "Wow," that was it. Yeah. And then I said, "Yeah, that's Pop-Tart when she was 15." He's like, "I like he lost the power to speak coherently, and then just sort of fell silent."
He had the same reaction when I posted a picture of my sister to demonstrate like how different we look. He's like, "Wow, that." No, it's because we look really different.
No, that wasn't my question.
Well, I don't know. She's my sister. I don't think of her like that. That's gross.
Well, you're not helping me out any here.
Well, apparently Zelthor thought she was.
Oh, well, let's see the picture.
Well, okay, so hold on real quick.
I'm putting a picture of my sister up. Fuck that.
Really quick. Thank you both for the tips and for bringing up Jessica Alba rolling around on a bed top in her bra and panties with a cigarette because it's hot as fuck. Jordan 250. Why don't pirates drink here? Because it's a Noir Bar.
Oh.
Wow.
I sit in the corner.
Wait. The corner?
No, that's funny.
Well, I'm not laughing.
Oh, that's your fault.
Do I need to put an actual corner in this bar that you can see that's got like a dunce cap sitting on the tabletop waiting for someone?
No, that was awesome.
I liked it. It was thematic. Well done, Jordan. And then Unholy Reaper for $5. Thank you for the tip. Final tip, barkeep. Thanks for the drinks, but now it's 0600. Time for the gym. Wow. Do you all feel lazy like I feel lazy?
No, I gave up on that a long time ago.
Well, gave up on exercise or gave up on like dignity?
Little from column A, little from column B.
Thank you, Unholy Reaper. I appreciate it.
Joke's on you. I never had dignity.
Well, let's display capture. Wow. There's Pop-Tart. I know you guys got it. You guys got to wait. But yeah, it'll come up eventually. Here, let me resize.
Let you know in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I hear you.
9, 8, 7. Oh, yeah, I see it.
Oh, there. It's a little better. Yeah, I still argue that she does not look like she... I mean, once you hear that she's 15, it's like, oh yeah, I can see it. But that's not the point. It's like those ads. Far and I, we love watching 70s commercials, 80s commercials, stuff like that. And Jack, you know the famous commercials with Brooke Shields for...
like Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein. For Calvin Klein jeans, where she said, like, nothing comes between me and my Calvin Kleins. Nothing. Insinuating that she's not wearing underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's 15 in those ads. She didn't look fucking 15. And finally, during one of those commercial breaks that Far and I watched, I said, yeah, by the way, Brooke Shields was 15 in that ad. And Far was like, what? I was yeah. Some people just don't look their age. And Pop-Tart had that thing going on. She was tall for her age, and I don't know what it is with tall people. When they're teenagers, they look like 20, and then they just stay the same age stay the same looking age when they had 20. But I also brought up the, just to brag a little, there's the before and after, retouching that. Pop-Tart only had it as a printout from a computer, I believe, that she didn't have the original photograph anymore, just a digital copy of it, and lost the digital copy and only had a printout from an old bubble jet printer. So it ended up looking like that, and that was the best. I was able to restore it a little bit in Photoshop.
That's not just restoring it a little bit, though. That's like, holy shit, you wouldn't know.
Took a while. It wasn't just 1 or 2 filters. It took a while, but yeah, it turned out well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we've embarrassed Pop-Tart enough.
Have we?
No, but we'll get back to that.
There's a Joe Biden meme just waiting for this one.
Jesus Christ.
So that reminds me though of what I opened up the screen share for. I know what you've always wanted to know, Jack. Found this and thought of you right away.
Oh no.
Yeah. How to make Wiccan blessed water.
Oh, yay! Wiki how? I've been waiting.
Jack, haven't you always wanted to know how to make Wiccan blessed water?
No, I can fake things on my own thing.
But you can.
If I want some dirty hippie sticking their hands in my dunk tank, I will have them do so, but I don't.
The instructions are very straightforward, and you can use it for all your ongoing Wiccan blessing purposes. Okay?
Yeah, like what? Like this is called hippies washing their hands.
Well, just you wait. It doesn't only tell you, it's not just one type of Wiccan water that it teaches. It teaches you how to make solar water and lunar water. So here we go.
Oh.
You can't even say that seriously.
Yes, is there a serpent that is rising up, coming together, the sun and the moon?
No.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
And let's keep in mind that this has 122,000 views on it. Oh my god.
Half of them are people like us going, that's dumb.
Yes. So the instructions are as follows. Basic blessed water. Method number 1. 1. Take your water and pour it into a bowl. Hold your hands over the water and say, quote, I exorcise thee, O creature of water, of all negativity of both seen and unseen, and bless thee in the name of the divine goddess.
That does not sterilize it or prevent giardia.
Lockjaw could result. Fair warning. Okay. Now, in step 2, because you're not done yet, you see. In step 2, you take your salt and say, I exorcise thee, O creature of salt, of all negativity, both seen and unseen, and bless thee in the name of the divine goddess.
Man, that's not going to help your blood pressure, and he added salt to water.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Now,
if you taste your water, that is completely normal.
Now, this is the crucial part. Okay? Step 3. Pour the salt into the water and stir it 3 times clockwise.
Not anti-clockwise. It's gotta be clockwise, bitch.
Yeah. Now,
well, I don't think the Wiccans had clocks, but okay.
Well, it's sundial wise then. It's fine. It's just, remember, you got to stir it in the right direction for some reason.
Well, you don't want to turn it into evil water.
No, certainly not.
You said it the other way, it's evil.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cursed water.
So step 4, and this is the final one. Say, quote, I cleanse and consecrate this water in the name of the divine goddess. May this liquid enhance and purify all that it touches, so mote it be.
I'm so angry at you right now.
Oh, it's gonna get better. I have some waiting too.
Well, no, hold on. There's more. Lunar water. Take a bowl and add water to it. Rainwater, spring water, or purified water is preferred. Okay.
There's a huge difference between all those.
Step number 2. Place it under the moon's full light. Leave it out all night, covering it with a cloth. Covering it
You're
with a
gonna come back and some possum's gonna be drinking out of that thing.
Well, that's why you put cloth over it so the possum doesn't come and drink it.
If you bring up a point that I hadn't thought of, because the image, which is just very well done, as Chad can see, is this person placing a bowl on the windowsill here out in front of the full moon at night.
Or a random letter.
You are going to find city rats, if you live in Baltimore, for example, drinking your fucking water, or alley cats, man. Yeah, you're not wrong, Jack. You just put out a water bowl for all the rabies-infested strays that are now going to be passing God knows what pathogens on into your lunar water.
Right? Not including the homeless that are going to give you leprosy and shit.
That's what makes it lunar water. All the rabies.
So hold on. Step number 2. Place it under the full moon's light. Leave it out all night, covering it with a cloth before the sun rises. Okay. Step number 3. Place the bottle in a cupboard away from the sun. Use it in divination and lunar rituals.
Oh, naturally.
Yes. But
As you do.
yes. Now, solar water. Step number 1. You take a bowl and fill it with water. Rain, spring, or purified water is preferred. Tap water will work, but many choose to use more natural sources. Okay.
Okay.
Step number 2, as you might have surmised at this point, is to place the bowl in the way of the open sun. Be sure it's in an area where it will catch the sun's rays.
So it can evaporate and you have no water left.
Well, you put enough that it won't do that. Step number 3, retrieve the bowl, get this, before the moon rises. Are you aware that the moon is visible 75% of the time during daytime?
You shut your whore mouth. This is magic.
Yes, I know there's such a thing as moonrise, and it's when the moon breaks. But I mean, seriously, 75% of the time. And I know I should shut my mouth, but as with the lunar water, we do not want to have 2 different energies touching the water. It is to be charged with only one. Charged, mind you.
What happens if it's charged with 2? Is that like another...
Oh, well, it's some kind of misbegotten heretical mixed water.
The second type of cursed water?
Yes, it says cursed water. That's right. So this will be, and then step 4 is put the bottle and store it away from moonlight. Use it in healings and solar rituals. There you go. So if your friend tells you they're getting into Wiccan shit, you can send this to them so they too can have solar and lunar water filling their cupboards for all their ritual needs.
Oh, Jesus.
And then you can unfriend them because they're fucking dumb. Look, and you want to do your...
Do this shit. See how it goes.
Ryan Walter says, I thought anti-vaxxers were bad. Wiccans are why we still have the Black Plague.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're feeding them.
Well, if you're putting a bowl of water out with your little cheesecloth on top of it, it's not just the bums and the rats you got to worry about. I mean, what if a werewolf comes up and drinks out of it, and then you do your little ritual, accidentally lock in the enchantment, and next thing you know, you're a werewolf?
Oh shit! I just thought about that. This is pretty dangerous, guys. I don't think I'm going to do this weird water ritual.
No, it was all jokes until Jack brought up the fucking potential of the possum drinking out. That's a very real possibility.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Like
I don't want to get rabies from some rando animal.
Like, do you know the kinds of, literally the kinds of diseases river rats have that infest cities, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Detroit? For fuck's sake. You don't want to drink water that they've been drinking. For real, though.
Yeah. A giardia is a very serious illness, and it's not that common. And if you can get it in the city, and then you could die of diarrhea. And
let me ask you a different question. Why can't you just go down to the lake, river, whatever the fuck, or a pool, and get a bottle full of water before the sun rises? Isn't that lunar water? It's been under...
No, there's bears down there. You don't want to do that. And coyotes.
It hasn't been blessed yet.
Oh yeah, they haven't added the salt and stirred it in the right way, I guess.
Yeah, there's probably a different ritual for random stream water that beavers pooped in.
I mean, that's how you get cursed water, Polly. God.
Yeah, that's called giardia. It's the diarrheas.
Yeah.
But Zombie Teddy brings up a good point though. Is there a how-to for making moonshine?
I looked, and not really.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But I did find something else that Jack will certainly enjoy.
No, there is how to make moonshine.
Well, there is? Cool. Send me the link.
Yeah. How to make moonshine. It's got like over 1 million views.
I looked at the... I didn't look up moonshine. I looked up distillation, like how to distill, and it was so vague that it was unhelpful.
Yeah, some of them are like that because it's like you have that with like the war driving one. You remember that one? Where it's literally, okay, so we're going to go on a war drive, guys, and it's literally just marking all the locations of
Oh yeah.
like the Wi-Fi networks that have no passwords on them, and they're like, we're telling you how to do this, but don't do this, guys. Like they tell you how to do illegal shit. Absolutely, but in order to weasel their way out of them actually being blamed for anything, they either leave a fuck ton of warnings or they have so vague it's not even worth reading.
Yeah, that's. I went there because like I want an interior herb garden. It was the idea, and it's like under fluorescent lights because I've got from the last place I moved a fuck ton of fluorescent bulbs of both different lengths, like the full-size standard office ones and then the half-size ones. And it's like, can't you grow vegetating green vegetables like herbs in a small indoor garden with those? Like, 'cause I've already got the lights. Could I do this? WikiHow is not helpful in this way. It's like, put the seeds in the soil and put water on them. I'm like, motherfucker, how about some distance of the lights? Will standard fluorescent lights work? Do you have to go buy special bulbs? I went to websites where they actually inform me. Fuck you, WikiHow. But, Jack, there is an article that could be helpful here, and it is from WikiHow. Do you want to have a magic wand? So you don't have enough money to buy a Wiccan wand? Follow these instructions to have your own magical wand.
Yeah, I got a backyard. I could go out there and pick up a stick whenever I fucking want.
But
yeah,
are you following the instructions that this website gives you? Hold on, really quick. Cryptic, thank you for the tip. I want to see the doctor today. He said to me, "Don't eat anything, fatty." I said, "What? No bacon or sausages or burgers or anything?" He said, "No, fatty. Just don't eat anything."
It's true. My doctor says a lot of that stuff too. He's a dick.
Well, yeah, I get the idea that finding a new doctor isn't the easiest thing in the world, Cryptic, but I think you should really consider it.
No, that's a great doctor. He's being honest with you, and he doesn't put up with your nonsense. He'll be like, "You're a fucking idiot. Knock it off." That's the type of doctor you want to have. He'll keep you alive.
I thought my doctor was approved for not willing to give me prescriptions for anything I asked for, but no dice, man. I guess there are worse doctors than mine. It's like, "Can I get some Xanax?" "No." "Why?" "You have no medical need." "But I just told you that I have an anxiety condition and can't sleep." "Yeah, that's not good enough. They have addictive properties and you don't want that." "Oh, okay."
But I got a party to go to this weekend.
Well, but I mean, he's just being cautious, and then but I think he's an asshole, and then I hear Cryptic telling me that his doctor's calling him fatty repeatedly. Wow, okay, I guess my doctor's not that bad.
Hey, my doctor poked me in the stomach and said, "You need to lose some of this or you're gonna die, Tubby."
Actually?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I don't care. My doctor's fucking awesome. We have a great working relationship.
Okay, Jack, you say you got a tree in your backyard. You can just go grab a twig.
Yep.
Okay.
Sticks all over. I don't pick up.
Well, but let me tell you something. You're not following the proper directions. And I'll tell you what they are right now. And then you'll know.
Oh, God, no.
Then you'll know how to use these twigs from your backyard. Because you can't use them. You just got to follow the instructions. Number 1.
Do I still have to draw the lightning bolt on my forehead?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
With a tattoo gun.
Mandatory, Jack.
In permanent ink. India ink at that. Okay. Number 1. Find a well-groomed tree, which your tree obviously isn't, but it's fine. It is traditional to use oak, willow, or ash wood. But that's fine. You might not be a traditionalist. Now, here's the key part. Ask the tree if you can use one of its branches for a wand. And you do this by meditate a while to receive an answer. If you feel guilt, the tree said no. You must find another tree. If not, it has said yes. So go meditate in your backyard.
Consent from the wood.
You need consent from the living being to use one of its branches for such a purpose. And I know you guys can't see this, but like chat, like if you look at like these pictures, it's like, so cut the branch and then thank the tree for its sacrifice. Add an offering such as cornmeal, fruit, or water, and you thank the tree by watering it. Oh, it's so at one with nature. So anyway,
Key on the tree, got it.
yeah, and like sand it and then cut it to shape and then carve runes into the wand if you wish. Say the properties of the runes as you sketch them, because those aren't fake symbols or anything that are attached to a dead religion. Add a pointed crystal to the tip if you desire, securing with adhesive. Quartz or any crystal that resonates should work fine.
Oh, natural. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, you don't want to get one of them non-resonating crystals. That'd be weird.
Like, admittedly, quartz does resonate when you, excuse me, hit it with an electrical current. That's how quartz watches work, but that's not what they're talking about here. They mean resonate with spiritual energy.
Yeah, pyramid power.
And like, look, this guy goes on. He's got a little fucking pentagram down here. Glue one of your hairs to the wand. Okay. But Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Like in a specific spot or just random patchwork of hairs so you look like a serial killer.
And then the final step is the guy sitting in a stereotypical Buddha meditation pose and bless it or infuse it with memories during meditation. And you're done.
God, this site's a joke.
No. Wiccans are a fucking joke. Why are you? I don't understand. If you're like, I've met some people that love studying pagan history and the different traditions of stuff, but that's not what this is. This is some new age garbage. Like, so you're talking about putting crystals and shit and into your magic wands and stuff. I mean, you've left medieval paganism behind and you're well into, I mean, Jack, this is some new age bullshit. You know what I'm talking about?
It absolutely is. This is 70s crap from Margaret Murray.
Yeah.
This has all been debunked 1,000 times. It's a mishmash of various different religious orders from all across Europe, kind of glued on top of each other to sell cheap, lousy books to dumb rubes that want to write bad poetry and talk about Satan.
Isn't it great, though?
It's like,
it's just enraging.
It is, because these are the same people that are on the same level as Anton LaVey. They just don't have like Satan in it. It's taking a bunch of new age crap, combining it with a bunch of half heard, half misunderstood things, and then putting it all together to sell stuff or feel that they're at odds with most people. It's a countercultural thing. That's Anton LaVey in a nutshell. I mean, he's one of the San Franciscan creators of, what is it? It's not Satan worship, it's Satanism or satanic isms or whatever the fuck
That's
bullshit.
Satanism.
Satanism, okay.
Yeah, it's more like anti-authoritarianism.
Yeah,
bordering on anarchy. It's more of his books were political in nature, not really religious texts.
Yeah. Gayest person on YouTube says, Barkeep, I need a vodka and a solar water.
Yeah. Jordan had a good one. Careful, Polly. This guy looks like he knows Taekwondo. Oh.
Oof. Oof. I
don't
yeah,
know.
the new age stuff is making a pretty big resurgence for some reason. I don't get it.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of those crystal shows where they it's like a trade convention for crystal weirdos. It's very odd.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Yeah, but I mean, crystals are neat, but they're just pretty things that'll sit on a shelf and never do anything for you.
Yeah, they look pretty, but they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, and Pete's got a point. Don't listen to these new age fuckers. Go read some books on Aleister Crowley. You know what I mean? Like, there's other people who have done this better than.
Yeah.
Call our hotline or get live chat astrological advice for only $6 a minute. You just sign your PayPal up to us now. Fuck off.
person.
What's that?
Well, like last night we watched the commercials, and it was like that woman that's like, I've lived my whole life based on what a psychic tells me.
Yeah.
Like, call this hotline where it's $5.95 a minute.
Yeah, $5.95 to talk to a psychic. And the scams, like, just they're so paper thin, and it's like, well, you can't knock the hustle. No, fuck that. I can. Fuck that.
I can knock the hustle because it's lazy. I mean, at least like Blavatsky did some actual work when she wrote Secret Doctrine and ISIS Unveiled. You know, you at least steal from good sources and make it convincing, not this kind of woo woo shit. This is just lazy.
This is some heavy duty woo woo. I hear you. There's no underlying worldview. They might as well just be selling you Parker Brothers fucking Ouija board. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's on that level.
Yeah.
It's very vague and nebulous. You never really get an idea of what's supposed to be happening. Read almost any book on magic from Llewellyn. Those publishers are fucking brilliant because they sell books on like urban magic, and it's all so generic. It's all just a bunch of made up nonsense. This isn't even as good as the stuff from the 70s when it was actually like, all right, this is funny, but it's at least like couched in pretending to be something. This is just a lazy version of that.
Now, I mean, I think you've known a few more of these people than I have, Jack.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of weirdos.
What?
They're my people.
Do you think? do you think a lot of them? And I don't know. I'm asking. Do you think a lot of them are just would be satisfied that they have an interest and it would be satisfied with creepypastas and reading some Edgar Allan Poe? They just went in a questionable direction with it that ended up costing them money. Like, do you think they're just into spooky shit? And that's fine if you like creepypastas and horror movies and things of that sort and reading about.
I know a couple like that, but I think most of them they're either attention seeking or they're looking for some sort of fulfillment, and it's they're anti-Abrahamic religion types,
right?
So they're looking to get the attention of having an outside interest while at the same time fulfilling some internal existential need. Like they're filling that God hole with something that's different and apart from society, a counterculture belief that they can attach themselves to, so they're part of something that is both social and weird at the same time, so that they get that connectivity with others, but they're still the esoteric weird one.
See, that's an interesting point. I mean, like there's the, you hear about the God hole, right? Like psychologically, and people have a need for things larger than themselves, and I think that's a weak way of saying it. People have a need for the transcendent. I think gets to it a little bit better. The rip off William James's idea, but when you combine that with people that want a countercultural thing and an anti-Abrahamic religion thing combined with that basic human need, that's a pretty goddamn good explanation actually for a lot of. I could see it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, they got to rebel against mom and dad's religion,
Of course.
Otherwise, dad might not come home from getting those cigarettes.
Is that what it is? Maybe maybe I could cast a spell with my wand from the backyard that will make dad come back.
I think there's a few of those.
Okay, I
just think a lot of them are doing it for those reasons. It's not some altruistic belief in the actual religion per se. Some of them end up believing it, but it never seems to start that way. Thank you, Eagle. I tried to put it in a succinct way.
Do either of you guys get headaches from pressure changes, like when it's raining and then snowing and then dry and in quick succession?
Really?
No? Do you get? But you do, Jack?
Yeah. I get my sinuses flare up. I also get like lightheaded if I drink anything with aspartame before I go on an airplane.
Okay.
I know a lot of people say that's bullshit, but my dizzy spells say otherwise.
Because that's what's going on right now. For the past couple of days, I've had a persistent fucking headache, and it's because the weather keeps radically changing from like snowing, and then it'll get very dry, and et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, oh my god, my head, it is pounding right now.
Yeah, your sinuses are moistening and then drying out.
Yeah, and it results in a fucking headache for those who are touching to it like I am. And it's like, god damn, man. I was just looking over in the bar. Keep an eye on the stream here. I want to show you something. I think you're gonna get a kick out of this, and chat as well. This is
is this more Wiccan bullshit?
No. Jordan sent this. Put it under the Noir Bar hashtag. I think this is not the worst idea in the world. We need to crowdsource and get Monkey one of these. He's eating too many cold, uncooked hot dogs, and this is the hot dog toaster. This is actually pretty clever, I think. So you guys let me know when it comes up. So this
yeah,
you can see the unit. Like here it is, right? And then hold on. It's thinking about changing pages here. There you go. See, look, it toasts your both sides of the bun and 2 dogs at one time. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, if you like hot dogs, it's absolutely genius.
Like I'm a grilled hot dog man. I want it to taste like smoky with real big. I like to really grill the shit out of it. I don't like it like a boiled hot dog from a street vendor with a cart. That's gross, right? I can't do it, man.
Yeah, it's probably not even cooked in lunar water.
They pulled that water out of a sink and it was exposed to the night air all night. How's that not lunar water, my friend? Huh?
It wasn't blessed by a true Wiccan high priest.
Look at this thing, Far. You don't think this is fucking brilliant? I think this is fucking brilliant.
Wonder how many dudes have stuck their penis in those.
And see, notice how it's curved, so you could put a bun in there, or if you're broke like me, you can just use slices of bread that'll also fit in there and put a curvature to them, so you can do both, like 2 dogs at one time. That's smart. That's smart. It puts the college student, or in my case, grad student, in mind.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. Like, I don't know.
You own one of them goddamn bullets, don't you?
What, the NutriBullets?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom does.
See? I knew it. People who scoff at actually useful kitchen appliances always own one of them goddamn bullets, man.
I'm just going. No, I'm just going. I don't know if I'd ever actually use that.
You're not into hot dogs? You got a problem with tube steak?
But when you describe it as tube steak, then yes, Polly.
What?
Holy shit.
Why don't you like tube steak?
Well, I don't know.
Because she's a lesbian?
No, fucking hell.
I don't know. I just walked into, why don't you like tube steak? I assume it's a penis reference. I don't know.
I guess it is now. Holy fuck.
You're welcome.
I did not ever think that I could ever be so creeped out by a picture. Well done, Jordan. I'm not going to describe it nor look at it again. Moving on.
I'll just check out some of the photos Evil One submitted, because there's some really, really hot chicks in there.
Ye old commercials drinking game. Hold on, let me put it on latest. I mean, I happen to know that Far tweeted that out like what, three weeks ago?
The fuck?
What'd you say, Far?
I'm looking at the picture Evil One first. What the fuck?
Noir Bar at D Reviewer. Let's check this out. Oh, right, the Tracy Lords thing. Yeah,
I put some other ones in there though too.
Well, I don't. No, I'm not showing any undated Tracy Lords pictures on. I'm not.
Don't get in trouble, huh?
Do you know who Tracy Lords is, Far?
No.
She started doing porn when she was 15 or 16 and lied about her age.
Only one of her porns is legal.
Yeah. So she developed very early, if you know what I'm saying, and so was able to lie convincingly, and yeah, and then after it was discovered, so it's like, guess what? There's, legally speaking, there's child porn at all of these porn stores across America now, and it's like, so to own or possess or show pictures of an unclothed Tracy Lords doing porn is really bad, because, you know, she was 15 or 16 at the time. What? And then I love this picture that This Is Ridiculous put up. It's a hashtag Noir Bar. And it's a big fat tattooed woman singing while there's a cool looking guy lighting a cigar with a fedora. Here, look at this. What am I supposed to think of this picture, chat? What am I supposed to do with this? So you know what the caption, and let's come up with a caption. My caption is this. I don't want to have to kill her, but I'm going to. I'm just going to wait till she's done singing and put 2 behind the ear after she's done off stage. That's what I think he's thinking about.
Oh, I think...
Wow, singer. Oh, God.
Bar, what do you think that image says?
That... Is she singing or is she, like, holding something to her face?
It's an old...
She's holding the microphone.
That's an old-timey mic, you know?
Oh,
She's like cupping the microphone to sing like a songstress in a cabaret would have done back in the day, you know?
Oh, God. It's like...
You got anything? What about you, Jack? You got anything?
Not
Got a
really.
caption?
Oh, I got a caption. I walked into the bar and there she was singing her hit, So Problematic.
Yes! And that's when I decided to kill her, Your Honor.
God. Is this one of the bodies that's in the basement, Polly?
Well, that does resemble Johnny No-No's, but I don't want to incriminate the man.
All I know is that woman is the stereotypical feminist.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Sides of the head shaved, tattoos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugly. Looks like she's like wants to talk to that guy's manager.
Yeah.
I want to talk to your manager.
Actually,
So problematic.
maybe that's supposed to be a boss moment. This is him experiencing a boss moment. She's saying into the mic, "I want to talk to your manager," and he lights a cigar all cool like and goes, "Honey, I am the manager." Dun, dun,
Nah,
dun.
he lights it and goes, "Fuck off, fatty."
You're not
No,
in
I
California
don't-
anymore. I'm armed.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening in this image, but I find it disturbing, and I'm scared slightly.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's photoshopped.
Oh, of
Like,
course it
there's no
is.
way.
It just the
There's no fucking way that's a real image. I
yeah.
hope that's not.
Yeah, I'm with Evil One. Erase the fat chick and put Jessica Alba there.
I missed Monkey in the Morning, I think, for the last couple of days. No, wait a minute. I was on it the night before last. I don't remember. I drank. Did you, Jack, cover this story from Slate? Can I get oral sex from another blah, blah, blah?
I don't know. What does the blah, blah, blah stand for?
I don't want to read it out because someone's going to fucking clip it.
Okay, I'm gonna read it out.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
See?
No,
This-
get me to read it out. Don't clip me. It'll be fine. It will go alongside my like salt and I'm retarded clip.